everybody, it's tactic time and it's me again, International Master Sopiko Guramishvili here for you on Chess 24. I know it's not Thursday evening, but it is Saturday afternoon and I hope that you're not lazy, no lazy weekend, so we're going to solve the tactics together, today, right now. Wow. We changed the schedule of our shows a bit just because, as you know, there is the strongest chess tournament in history, Altibox Norway Chess, where my husband is also taking part. We had a little bit rough start, but last two games were really nice. I really liked it, so I have very good feelings about the tournament, and I'm sending him my best wishes. And I'll try to support him by solving the tactics. So I'm gonna send him some tactical boost. Okay, so how does it work? I'm going to Chess24 website. I'm going to choose the tactics trainer you see there in the Learn tab. I always say, and I will repeat myself, that it is very good to solve the tactics before the game and before the tournament. Chess24 has a very good feature of speed training. It is 5-minute speed training of tactics, so I am recommending all of you, even before the game, take 5 minutes and solve the tactics. Even for you, Anish, maybe you should just go to Chess24, choose the 5 minutes speed trainer, and you should solve the tactics. All right. Okay, now let's see how I am going to do. I'm counting on your support, so I hope that it won't be very difficult this time, my tactics. Last weeks I'm having a really hard times because the tactics are difficult. Banter Blitz was let's say so, it was very good for my opponents. But let's see how it will go now. I'm gonna choose the classic trainer because we don't need to have speed trainer in this show. I will stop after every tactic and I'm going to explain what I am thinking, how I am thinking, what motives are I am thinking about, what moves come first to my mind, and if it's correct or not, we will see. I will try also to explain what are my strong points, what are my weak points, and we will see this right now in this session. All right, I have already here the first tactic, and there we go. It is black to move. White's first move was King G2. Well, there was a check, so he had to go, and I feel that something is going to happen to the king, to the white king. The moves that come to my mind is Queen H3, Rook F2, but I don't know what it gives me, Knight E3, this kind of move candidates. Let's start with Queen H3. It is right away winning the piece. White should take back the queen, and let's see if I have mating motives. So my idea was Queen H3, King H3, Knight E3, King H4, Knight G2, King G5 or H5. Any move, I have Rook F4 or Rook F5. Let's say if King G5, I could play what I could play, H6, King H5. If I play Rook F5, King G4 is the only move. I can play maybe then Rook F4, King G5, King G5, h5, and if h6, king g6, bishop e8 mate, king h5, also bishop e8 mate. So if he goes king h5 instead of king g5, then bishop e8, king g5, and h6 mate. So I think this is the solution. I wanted to go rook f5 here, rook f4 here, and afterwards, as I explained, if where is it? Yeah, here. Take, knight g2, king h5, rook f5, king g4, h5, or rook f4 also wins, as chess24 is writing in the solution. And yeah, as I say, just king g5, h6, and king goes to e8, h5 diagonal, and I have mate on e8. So that's perfect. It went quite well, and I'm very happy about that. Before I go to the next tactic, I would like to check that everything is going good. You are solving tactics with me. You hear me, you see me very good. And I want to remind you that after, well, this session is for an hour, but I'm going to solve the tactics for 45 minutes or so. Then I am going to check the chat, and if you have any questions, please do ask, because I'm taking my time to answer your questions. The last 15 minutes will be for questions and answers. So if you have any questions or prepare your questions, just the last 15 minutes it will be for the questions and answers. So I see that sound and video is good, so I'm going to continue the tactics, and let's go for it. The next one, will it be difficult or not? I see it's already very difficult. There we are. Okay, we have queen's endgame. Seriously? What goes where? I am with black pieces. Okay, and this is g1 square. It's very important for me, because sometimes when I see such position, I'm like, wow, what the hell, where I'm going? So it's not that I'm going there, just I'm talking to myself right now. I know it's quite stupid, so to say, to just look at the board and you're like, where the pawns are going, on this side or on that side? So yeah, we cannot promote in two moves. That's clear now for me. And this pawn is hanging, so this is e4 and d3. All right. Let's see. Is there a mate or not? Okay, first thing that comes to my mind is check, of course. Which means that if I exchange the queens, then of course it would be great for me, because then I would take the pawn and I would have completely winning endgame. This means that after queen g5, I think white has to go king d7, because then there are no checks, and yeah, oh sorry, then queen c6 or queen somewhere is possible. But what else can I play? This is indeed quite confusing, and if you ask me, very difficult. I still think about queen g5. king d7 and something like queen f6, but then I don't like queen a8, and lots of checks will start. Maybe the point is that in this type of positions you don't want white to have lots of checks, which means that I can maybe go queen a1, because white's only check now is queen a8. Otherwise, no, queen e6 is there also. That's too bad. Also queen g8 is there. Okay, I completely missed the point then. This means that I cannot play for avoiding the checks or something like this. I'm pretty sure that ed3 is not the right way to proceed, but I don't see why. There is queen f2. And what's wrong with ed3? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with ed3. Let's say queen e6, king d4, then queen e3, king c3, queen c5. Yeah, okay, then it will be won't be that easy. Maybe I have to take on f2 then. Let's say queen f2, queen e6, king c5, then queen c4. Okay, but queen c4, it's not the end of the story, because I can go king b6, but then there is queen e6 again. Yeah, this position, oh my goodness, it sucks. Okay, then maybe I have to give the check. Queen g5, king d7, and I have to take the pawn. Let's see. I think that's... Oh my god. Don't tell me... Oh, it is white to move. Shame, 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 shame. Yeah, I didn't see the arrow at all. I apologize for spending my whole time on solving how black would win and there would be no perpetual for white. But actually it is white's move, and this situation completely changed, of course. What do we have now? Queen c4 check, king to e5, queen c4, king e5, d4, king f4, queen c7. No, that shouldn't work. This is so confusing. I hate such things. Do I want to draw? I probably don't want to draw, because then it would be very easy. It would take me just a couple of checks and that's it. Which means I have to win. But how? That's the main question. Let's say queen c4, king e5, queen c7, king d5, then queen d6 is mate. So it means that after queen c4, king e5, queen c7, black should go king d4. Okay, and if there was no f2 pawn, I would win with queen b6. But there is f2 pawn. Maybe I have to include f4 somewhere. So queen c4, king e5, f4. Then what? King f4, queen c7. No, this won't work. King g5 just. Interesting. Maybe f4 right now. No, queen c5 just. Oh my god. This puzzle makes me crazy. Okay. It's so... I don't know. I think the idea is that I get rid of this pawn and then I win with queen c4, queen c7 and queen b6. But how do I get rid of this pawn? f4 doesn't work because of queen c5. Queen c4, king e5. Queen c4, king e5. If I play king c3, queen c3, does it change anything at all? Wait, maybe... okay, I got it. Queen c4, queen e5, queen c5. Then I have to go king f4, queen e3, king g4 and f3. Geez, this got me so much time to just to see what is the position about. Oh my god, I do apologize for this. I don't know how to call it even. I got confused, and first I thought it was just white to move, black to move, but yeah, it's just white to move. I got the idea how to win the queen, I mean the motive. I saw that if we didn't have the pawn, then I would win the queen very easily. So it was very clear to me that I had to get rid of the pawn. But sometimes you just mind is just blocked or something, and you only think you only see one move. You don't see another move. You don't see another check, which is I think quite a common problem of chess players. I don't know why, but it happened to me during this puzzle as well. I completely forgot that I can give several checks. I can give after this check, I can give check to c5, check to c7, check to c3, b5, e6. You always have to think when you feel that you're not in the best shape, like me right now, and you're playing a tournament. To avoid the blunders, I recommend you to do the move candidates. Always just look at the position and just think, okay, maybe I have something more. And you have to look at it from the beginning. If you have time, there is a very famous method. It's called Blumenfeld method. When I was a kid, my coach was always telling me it takes just 3 more seconds. So you have to do in critical moments this Blumenfeld method. And what it is about, you calculate something, you're sure you are about to play that, but for some time, for 3 seconds actually, before you play the move, you just stop. You can look around and look at the board after 3 seconds with the new eye, with the fresh mind. Just look at it, take some seconds, do I blunder something or not? And then it will be much easier to play. You will avoid many blunders like this. And I think it is a very, very good method. If it becomes a habit, then it's perfect. I cannot say that it became a habit for me, but always when I feel that I'm not in shape or something, I'm trying to do it. So that's my secret. And you have to learn from my mistakes and not from yours. Well, of course from yours as well, but it's better to learn on somebody else's mistakes. Okay, let's continue the tactics, and there we are. Now it is white to move, not black to move. And look at these bishop. It's going to be a monster, I feel. Some mating motive can be here. Let's say rook c8. If king c8, then knight b6 mate. If king a7, then bishop b8, king a8, and knight b6 mate. Yep, that's correct. So I think that this puzzle is quite obvious one. We don't need to explain it. And let's see another one. Okay, problems on f7, problems on h7, problems on the back rank. I do see some problems with the black pieces, but how do I win? Rook d7 is my first thought, because if bishop d7, then queen f7, king h8, and bishop c4 mate is quite unavoidable, or maybe it's avoidable. Knight e6, knight e6, g7 is hanging, queen is hanging. Bishop e6, just queen c7. Yeah, I think rook d7 is the right move. If knight d7, then just queen f7, king h8, queen e8 mate. And otherwise it is oh, I thought it would be just mate on yeah, g6, unexpected. But I think I can just take queen g6 if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, queen c7, rook c7, g8, and knight f7. Yeah, that's much better than queen g6, but I think that queen g6 is also okay. We don't win the pawn. Yeah, my mistake in this puzzle was that I did not look at the position at all, but I mean the material balance. Actually, we are pawn down. So queen g6, hg doesn't give me, or fg actually, does not give me anything, because the material would be equal anyway. But after rook c7, g takes h7, g takes h5, and knight f7, then this pawn is weak, terrible structure on the h file, and the position is nearly winning for white. Okay, let's get back and what's happening here. Some kind of knight f5, f5, all type of moves are coming to my mind. Let's see how can we win something. f5 seems pretty logical. What else? knight f5, just queen f6. Even if I don't want to take on f5, probably just take on f5 wins the game. Can I play something else which I don't see? I like f5 very much. I think gf is absolutely necessary, and I can play queen g3, king h8, knight f5, queen f6, but there is no mate, so usually it's something much more than it's supposed to be. f5, okay, f5, g f5, queen g3, queen g3, king h8, queen e5, f6, there is queen e6, so king g8, and this should be completely winning, knight f5. Yeah, it should be completely winning. Okay, this, check here, and just take the bishop. Yep, next one. Okay, c4, so now it is white to move. Once again, some problems here on the king side for black. This guy might be hanging as well. f7 might be a nice Zwischenzug. And what else? I am... f7 might be very nice. Rook f7. Okay, think. Let's see. Okay, another big problem is that sometimes you see the moves and you get obsessed with them, like me right now. I get obsessed with the sacrificing ideas. Oh, sorry, I get obsessed with the sacrificing ideas, with some kind of attacking moves. I don't see anything more. I am just focused on those moves and I try to make them work. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but you want it to work so much that you think you see some ghosts and you miss something. This should not happen in this puzzle. That is why I'm going to go to candidate moves one by one. f7, rook d7, queen h6, knight h6. Does anything else make sense? Bishop h6 with the idea of bishop g7, knight h6, or something like this. Okay, I have to be honest that if I didn't go through the candidate moves, I wouldn't see queen h6. It didn't come to my mind at all that queen h6 is there. Or bishop h6 or knight h6. Okay, in the first move I see in the position is of course knight h6, but I was obsessed with rook d7 and f7. Let's begin from the very obvious rook d7. Does it give me something? Probably not, because after rook d7 there are lots of checks. First of all, on a8 h1 diagonal. f7, rook f7 doesn't work. A g7 square is defended, h7 is defended, so I would easily exclude rook d7 from the move candidates. What about f7? f7 makes more sense because then f6 square would be free for the knight. But what I don't like is that after f7, rook f7, rook d7, I'm not going to take rook d7 of course, but queen d7, and then knight f6 or any other check. Black is happy to give back the exchange and have some attack on the white king. Just win some tempos, and even he can sacrifice something for that. What else? Queen h6 is there. Does it give me something? After rook f7, I don't see that I have something special. Bishop h6 makes sense in a way that rook f7 has to be played. Bishop g7, I want knight h6, so rook g7 is a must. And after f takes g7, I think white's position is pretty winning. Let's see if chess24 agrees. No, he does not agree with me. Oh my god, this did not occur to me at all. H file is open. This is a shame. This is such a shame. Beautiful. It just wins like forced. I did not see at all. Even if I went through move candidate, I did not see that the H file was open. It's embarrassing. But okay, I'm just interested if bishop h6 is winning as well. So I'm going to show you a little trick. You can go down here, push this little button and analyze the puzzle. And once you have the puzzle, you can see the computer analysis. Any doubts you have, you can just move around and analyze the position. That's very, very good feature of chess24, of course. So queen h7 is obviously winning, but would I be winning with bishop h6 as well? Yeah, I would be winning with bishop h6 as well. So I would prolong my yeah, this is completely winning. I would prolong my outcome of the game if I had to play this game. But of course it's a huge mistake, because once you have possibility to finish the game with a mate, you have to finish it. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna have queen, so I'm gonna mate after 10 moves or something. If you have it right now, at that moment, you have to do it. This is why I always make such mistakes, and I am saying that this puzzle doesn't make sense because I can win in the other way. But actually it is very, very good to train your ability to focus on the variations and lines which just makes your opponent to stop the clock on the spot and not after 10 moves. So here, of course, queen h7 was a very good move. King h7 and rook h1. It is not that difficult, I have to say. It's just check, check. Everything goes with check, check. Only moves for black, and very beautiful mate. Just the idea that I could take on h7 did not occur to me. I don't know why, and it is quite embarrassing. But okay, what to do? We have to get back to the puzzles and solve something more. And remember, in 10 minutes I am going to answer all your questions, so please do write in chat whatever you want to ask me, whatever you're interested in. I will take my time and answer the questions. Okay, let's have a look at another tactical position, and this is the position. I have white pieces, it's white to move, and I guess there's some kind of problem with black king as well as in previous positions. Rook g7 comes to my mind. with the idea of knight g7 and queen g3. What else comes to my mind? Let's see. Rook g7, knight g7, queen g3, bishop f6, bishop h6. This is quite forcing, and I think it's winning on the spot. Nope. Once again, I'm mistaken. Knight g7 is the move. Knight g7 and bishop h6, bishop f6, knight d5. Okay, this I also saw, but I thought that rook g7 would be winning easier than the other. I still think that, so I'm going to analyze once again the puzzle. So after knight e8, knight g7, rook g7 doesn't win at all. Oh, I'm losing. Jesus Christ. Why do I lose? Bishop f6, bishop h6. Knight d4. I have to show you guys what is this is the move, knight d4. Only one which wins because other moves are +2. It's such a nasty move. Yeah, it's very, very unbelievably nasty move. I cannot believe that. It's king h8. It's so difficult to see. It's so difficult to make it on the board. Such moves. It looks like this position looks completely winning for me. To me, it looks completely winning. I mean, just knight d4, knight g7 and king h8. Oh god, that's really tough. Rook g8 is next move, and yeah, I don't have enough attack. I sacrificed the rook, and I only got pawn and knight for it, which doesn't even make me to have pawn and knight for the exchange, but just the knight. So it's not sufficient, of course, and it is lost for white. Wow, that was pretty. That was beautiful. Let's get back to the tactics, and I hope that last few tactics would go better for me than this one's. But it's very instructive, so I'm very happy that I get such puzzles that need some explanation. There are some obvious lines that has to be explained, and they are very beautiful. Some obvious lines which you think that is winning, but actually just one move and whoa, it's lost, unexpectedly lost. So I'm very happy to get this type of positions. Okay, I have another tactic, and there we go. Okay, something is going on here for sure. Let's say first thing comes to my mind is rook g7 again, king g7 because rook h7 is mate, rook g7, king g7, queen g4. You cannot take it. King h8 and queen h5. This has to be mate, no? I mean, you take it, I take it, and this is just obviously lost for black. Yep. there's mate. In this type of positions, you have to be very, very quick, because what black wants is, of course, rook a2, and then there will be mate on b2. If I take on on a2, then rook a8 and rook a1 mate. So rook g7 is not with check, but it has an obvious threat on h7 because of this monster bishop on e5. Rook h7 is just mate because of the pin, so black has to take on g7, queen g4, king h8. Once again, you cannot take the queen because of the pin, and queen h5. Again, the threat on h7 is undefendable, and white wins just a move in a move. It is just move by move position, so white just wins because of a huge threat on h7. Let's continue, and after this tactic, make sure that you have your questions ready and you do write on chat. I will take my time, I will read out the questions and I'll try to answer them. So after these tactics, I'm going to take a look at the chat and answer your questions. Okay. The last tactic, I hope it will go fine for me. White's last move was knight e6. And what comes to my mind? e3, because I have this monstrous bishop on b7. And I, of course, want to open the diagonal. But the problem of e3 is queen e3. And then I do have queen d5. And there is no defense. Actually, there is no defense on g2 or h1 mate. So after e3, bishop e3, e3, bishop e3, then queen f3 I wanted to play. Queen d2. Queen h1, king f2. I can even grab this one here, then grab here. Yeah, I think it's e3, queen e3, queen d5. This should be the solution. Oops, I missed this move at all. Completely. Yeah, but check, king to e1 or e2, king e2 possible as well. I can go queen c4 check, queen e2, because if king g1, then queen d5 is going to be good for me. Queen c4, king e1, bishop b4, king d1, queen c4. This looks nice if I win the rook, but the question is if I win the rook or not. I think queen c4 has to be played, because otherwise any check on g2 or h1, king goes to e2 and white wouldn't have good position. I mean, black wouldn't have good position. Another point is, of course, to go queen h1, maybe king e2, I can take on a1, and probably, most probably, I'm okay. But my problem is after queen h1, there is bishop g1, queen g2, king e1, bishop b4, king d1, but then I can play king f1. Yeah, maybe queen h1. I'm confused. Yeah, then I take here. Okay. Yep, thanks God it was good. Look, queen d5, king f1, queen h1 and bishop g1, then it would be queen g2, king e1, bishop b4, king d1, and I could have queen f1 or bishop f3. Lots of checks there, so it would be very, very, very winning for black. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to chess 24, and I'm going to look at the chat. So if you have questions ready, I will just read them out and try to answer. Let's see if there was first question up there. Nobody asked anything up in the chat, and let's see what's going on now. What's the solution for bishop g1? Yeah, it was queen g2, king e1, bishop b4 as I showed it, and queen f1. Did not really get why queen d5 was necessary. It was necessary to mate on a8 h1 diagonal. So yeah, that was really important. So Pico, do you recommend blitz games for beginners, or should they avoid blitzes at first? Generally, I very much recommend any kind of practice, blitz, or I don't recommend bullet though, because I don't think it's chess. It's just throwing pieces around. No bullet, definitely. Blitz it's quite important, but I think you should spend not a lot of time on it. For example, you should not play 2 hours of blitz in a day if you're a beginner. I think it is much better to play at least 15 minutes blitz rapid games rather than blitz, and then to analyze them. It would give you lots of benefits. First of all, you see your mistakes, you see your opponent's mistakes, and in this process you learn a lot. Maybe you learn even much more than you would just take a book and read it. So just analyzing your games gives you lots of improvements in your chess skills. So I recommend a bit of blitz, but not too much. Okay, let's see another question. You used to post questions to the viewers. Did you stop that? What do you mean? During when I solved it, or I don't remember that. So could you please remind me, what do you mean exactly? Do you apply cutoffs or T-stalls or nonce method when you choose a candidate move? I can. Their method is of course amazing, and of course everything started from Kotov's book that he had there. His method going. He had a tree going on the branches back and forth. But nowadays, I think that it's quite difficult to apply this method in the classical game, just because you don't have that much time. In their times, you could have as much time as needed. Okay, I mean, you had 2 hours or so for 40 moves, but after 40 moves, the game was postponed for the next day or for next week or something. And then you could just sit at home and analyze the position back and forth. You could spend whole night on one position. But nowadays, we have a limited amount of time, and we don't have that much time to apply the method. So it should become some kind of habit. Once you see the candidate move, you should very fast go to the branches, as he's saying. But I don't think that you should come back there. Of course, another methods are. I think Non also agrees. All of them actually agrees with Kotov's method partly. but I think that you should solve as much tactics as possible so that the motives just sit in your mind and become a habit, so you don't need to recheck and check all kind of lines. You just have to trust yourself and just calculate once. um, are we allowed to take notes during a FIDE game? um, I don't think so. FIDE rules are changing all the time, so we have to read the FIDE handbook once again. Um, how to get better at dynamic chess, build up and tactic like sacrifice a pawn for initiative, etc. There are lots of books nowadays. Completely love Galfan's two books. It is Dynamic Chess and Positional Play. You have to read it if you're really interested in dynamic chess. He's going through all kind of themes there about dynamic chess, and he's telling from his own experience. So it's a very, very good book to read and improve your dynamic skills. I do recommend it. Sopiko, do you have any advice for a 5-year-old and his first day in the chess club? Oh, wow. I would say that just have fun, a lot of fun. It's amazing. First day in the chess club, that's very nice. You will get to see lots of people, lots of chess, and I would just advise you to enjoy every little thing that would happen in that chess club. If you're excited to go, just try to play as much games as possible. What are your other fields of interest? Example, math, playing music. I love to listen to music. I really, really love to listen to music. I love dancing. I love watching some choreographical videos. I love watching. I love cooking, so I can say that that's also a part of my hobby to experiment on food. Usually it's tasty, but I cannot say so, because if you look at Anish, you would think like he's not eating anything or he's hungry at home all the time. But he's not complaining. What else? I like playing piano. I'm not good at it, but I don't even know how to read notes. That's quite yeah, that's not good. But nowadays it's very easy, because you just go to YouTube, you just take a certain song, then you just write piano tutorial, you see how they play, and I have very nice memory for this type of things, so photogenic memory I think it's called. So I copy them, and that's how I play piano or learn the songs. But nowadays I don't have that much time, of course, nowadays I have something else also to do. What else? I like I like watching lots of videos on YouTube, a lot of tutorials about different things, if I have free time, I would just nowadays it's different. If I have free time, I would just do some chess. But before Daniel, of course, I would go out. I love walking, and I love traveling. So I have lots of interests. Okay. What do you think is going to win before Nakamura and who do you think is going to win before Nakamura and MVL today? No idea. There are no draws allowed, which makes it very, very interesting, the games. But still, yesterday's game all ended, not yesterday's, the day before, all ended in draw. But all games are very interesting. I would go for draw for Naga and MVL. What are the best fighting lines against d4 at 2200 level against 2000s? It depends on, it very much depends on the player, on your style, what do you like. Depends on the tournament situation. Fighting openings are of course Benoni, Volga, all type of sidelines, tango, even Pirk. Anything that is not analyzed very much, that is not known for 100 moves ahead. But it depends what do you need. So I cannot say just one fighting opening against d4. I think all openings are fighting, even triangle system, even Dutch, Stonewall or g6, anything is playable, just depends your style and the tournament situation. Hi Sopiko, I'm 20 years old and a narrated player. Is it still possible to become Grandmaster? It's never late. Of course, if you work hard, if you have talent for it, if you have time, if you have desire, then anything is possible. So if you love chess, I think you can do it. Go for it. How do you deal with the stress of chess? It is true, chess is quite stressful, and you have to deal with it, but I'm playing chess already 20 years, 21 years, and I think I have immune system for the stress for chess games already. But you always have to think in positive way. You have to take the defeat as a lesson, and you have to think that that loss makes you stronger if you're gonna work on your weaknesses. So you have to motivate yourself and take every loss as a lesson if you want to keep the professional level. Okay. What's your next questions, guys? Hi Sopiko, how to improve chess calculation skills? Just go to chess24, push the learn button and tactics trainer. Solve a lot of tactics and you will definitely improve the tactical skills. What are your plans for a new video series? Is Anna also going to be part of your project? Of course, I would love to. We are always talking about getting back together to Hamburg, making new video series. Unfortunately, now we cannot find the exact date. We're both very busy, but hopefully in summer we'll find some dates. And of course, there are lots of things to cover, and I'm not going to reveal the topic of the video series yet. As for my projects, I might do some repertoire with white and with black as well, so probably it's going to be once again openings, and I hope that you're looking for that. I read that Kotov's method is good for training. It is good for training, I agree. Can you speak Russian? If yes, tell something, please. Yes, I do speak Russian. I don't know what to tell. I would tell удачи. Good luck. Yeah, I speak Russian, but I feel much more comfortable with English. Can you elaborate Blumenfeld method that you mentioned, 3 sec to think before making move, critical thinking? Yeah. How does it work? So you feel somewhere that it is critical moment. You spend like 15 minutes or so calculating the lines, and you think that, okay, that's it, I'm going for some move, you're going for some sacrifice or something. um, then you just you when you have your move ready and you are about to play, you just stop for 3 seconds. You just stop, like, I don't know, look around for 3 seconds, then look at the position once again with new eyes, with fresh mind, and ask yourself, do I blunder something? Then your mind works that you see whole board and not only the ideas you were thinking about. If you don't see anything after this check, go for that move. But sometimes you might see that, oh my god, this rook is hanging there or something I didn't see before. So it would save a lot of points. Thanks, Sopiko. Very good advice. Thank you very much. So because sometimes during the game I don't calculate all the moves because there are many. So sometimes I just rely on my intuition that there is a mate when many pieces are in the attack versus in the defense. Is that okay? I heard Kasparov once said, I don't need to calculate these lines because there's a mate. Yeah, of course. Kasparov is Kasparov. He can trust himself, but of course we also should trust ourselves. Sometimes it happens that the position is just not calculatable, if I can say so. It's just intuitive position, so you just go for it. You don't have time, for example, in blitz or in time trouble, you don't have that much time to calculate everything. So of course it's okay, and if you feel that all your pieces are ready, there are lots of pieces and you get some initiative, you should trust your intuition and you should continue doing so. How does Anish deal with results, good or bad? Is he an enthusiastic traveler? Are you one? Yeah, of course. Anish is very, very good at dealing with the results. I myself take it more. I take it in different way, my results, but this is chess. He's professional. He's top level grandmaster, and he knows very good how to deal with them. I would say that I hope that everything will be good, and I wish him all the best. As for the traveling, of course, we're both very enthusiastic. We love traveling, and we hope we're looking forward to any trip. Does chess help you master life better? It does. Chess has some very valuable skills you learn, which is just very useful in life as well. What I mean is that you never take quick decisions in life because in chess you're used to think, analyze the situation, calculate what's going on, and if you have something, you're let's say less impulsive than the people who don't play chess. Okay, what do you think about this 5-step calculation process? Find opponents' threats, identify tactical targets and motives, calculate all the checks, calculate all the captures, calculate all the tempo moves. That's very good if you have time for that. If it's for training, then it's a very good method, but I don't think that is possible to apply in classical game. Any tips to help analyze our games better apart from the obvious blunders? Well, first of all, I would advise that you always keep engine running on while you're analyzing your analyzing your games. When you have opportunity to analyze and you don't understand what is the engine, why is that move that engine is advising, then you offer your move. Once again, what do you think, why it's bad? Or you look at the position and you think, oh no, instead of this move, I should play this one. So you just make that move, look at the engine. Is it good or bad? Do you blunder or not? Like this, you understand the evaluation of the positions. You are getting used to the factor, like this type of positions is good for white, this type of positions is bad for black, or things like that. So I would definitely advise to have the engine on while you're analyzing the games. Do you have plans to write an autobiography? If a movie is made on your couple, who would you like to be the star cast? Wow, that's a very interesting question. I think I have to think about that. I cannot say like this. Triangle's love is pretty good against d4. Once Anish played this against Peter. Peter made a draw as he did not remember the lines. Yeah, very creative questions. Thank you. But I'm not having any plans to write autobiography. I don't think that I achieved that much in life that people would be interested to read my autobiography. But as for the movie, I have no idea. I would play myself. Okay. Have you looked at Jubava's result in the European Championship? How can a player at this level make no draws? Jubava is now known for no draw policy. Okay, he is very good. I don't know the last game, how did it finish, and I wish him best of luck. If he wins, I think he gets the title, and then Georgia would have European Women Championship Nana Zagnidze and Men's Champion, not championship, champion, men's champion as well, Badur Jobava. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that. Hi Sopiko, I really love the video series conducting by you and Anna, constructing soils, selecting the games and analyzing it. Can you do more such series in the future? Please say yes. Yes, we will do that. Yes, we will get back together, I hope in summer, and we will release the new series very soon, promise. Who will ever break the Chinese domination in women's chess? I don't know. They are very strong. Russia is also very strong. Georgia is very strong. So we're hoping for new talents. There are some videos at St. Louis. Jonathan Schrantz for the Triangle stuff. Okay, there's no question. Do you have psychological tricks to put yourself in a good mood? No. Usually I just put some good music and I'm always in good mood. Okay, there are so many chess quotes. Which one do you like the most? I like the one from Magnus with guest if he doesn't like his opponents playing a beautiful game against him. I think that word is calculatable. Which profession do you think you would have excelled at other than chess? Chess quotes. Well, yeah, there are many. I think I think it was Karpov who said, chess is my life, but my life is not chess, only chess. So I like that. It's not very motivating, but it explains a lot. Okay, so if you're playing with white and there's a fianchetto bishop on g7, do you try to make a battery on the dark squares to get rid of them? Yeah, that's possible. That's very common. That's very common, just to trade that bishop, because usually these fianchetto bishops are very strong on the long diagonals. What skills does a chess player need? Patience, motivation, good mood, and to appreciate little things. Sopiko would be a very good chess coach. I hope she teaches many children and inspire them to pursue a career in chess, especially girls. Thank you very much. And I'll read the last question. Who do you think is the main competitor for Chess Crown against Magnus right now? I don't know. By the results, Wesley So is having very great years and a lot of success. So if we take the results into account, of course, we have a lot of candidates there. But I think that young guys like Wesley, like Fabiano, Anish, Sergey, they are really dangerous opponents for Magnus. And that's it. We are this session is going to the end. I thank you very much for being here, for asking questions, and for listening to me whole hour. I hope you have a great day. I wish Anish best of luck in Altibox chess tournament, and let's enjoy the games. See you next week, probably on Thursday, probably not evening, but I'll decide the time very soon, and we will have the next show very soon as well. Enjoy your evening, enjoy the games. Thank you very much. Bye bye.